Hey everybody, I'm Nicholas Gerlach, the host of the Wrong Trivia Podcast, America's future favorite trivia podcast. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining us, or a great night, I guess, or whether you're in the car, at home, at an AA meeting. I don't know where you are, but we're going to play some trivia today, and here's how it's going to work. There are going to be 3 rounds. Each round is going to be a separate category that will be announced by my narrator at the beginning of each round. Here's how it works. Each round has 5 questions, and they're each worth the amount of points that is the number of the questions. So the first question is worth 1 point, question 2 is 2 points, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5 points, because theoretically the questions get harder as they go each round. Very simple game. You don't have to play that way. You can play however you want. You can sit there by yourself and try to think of the answers. After each question, I'm going to play a little 30-second little music beat. And then at the end, I will tell you the answer. So you'll hear the answer after each question, not at the end of each round. I think that's all we need to know to get started. Okay, James?
Greetings, and welcome to the Wrong Trivia Podcast, hosted by Nicholas Gerlach. I'm honored to be your narrator, James Anderson. Please relax and enjoy the show, but don't relax too much if you're driving, because then you might drive into that liquor store by your ex-girlfriend's house again. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Here's the show.
Oh, thank you, James. And here we are, episode 3 of the Wrong Trivia Show podcast show. Round 1.
Round 1. Song title movies.
As James told you, it is song title movies, a.k.a. movies that share a title with a famous song. I already explained to you how the game works, so here we go. Number 1 in song title movies, the 1-point question. In 2018, Rami Malek did British Face and portrayed a music superstar, even though he's from California. In the movie, he played Freddie Mercury from the band Queen. Which Queen song is the Freddie Mercury biopic named after? What Queen song is the Freddie Mercury biopic named after? And go. Hell yeah. Queen, great band. Brian May, arguably the greatest rock and roll guitar tone of all time. This movie was fine, I guess. What is the name of that song that's also the name of that movie? It's not Fat Bottom Girls. There's a hint for you. Fat Bottom Girls, the Freddie Mercury story. And the answer is Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody. You may remember that song being made very popular in the Wayne's World movie. All right, on to question 2, the 2-point question. I hope you're having fun. Number 2. The movie Disturbia is about a creep who is on house arrest for assault, but it all ends up okay. So naturally, the role was perfect for Shia LaBeouf. It was also a number 1 hit for a female pop singer in 2008. What pop singer had a number 1 hit in 2008 with the song Disturbia? It's also a movie. What pop star had a number 1 hit with the song Disturbia in 2008? The 2-point question. On your mark, get set, think. Fun fact about this song, they recorded it right here in beautiful sunny Denver. Actually, the same place where I recorded the Coltet album Concrete Lullaby. Find it on a streaming service near you. Jesus. Who is that singer? The answer is Rihanna. Rihanna. One of my favorites. Number 3 in song title movies. This is the 3-point question, if you're keeping score at home. In the movie Sweet Home Alabama, a young professional has to go back to her home state of Alabama to divorce her estranged ex-husband. But she ends up staying because she can afford a 3-bedroom house in Alabama. What Cruel Intentions star played Melanie Carmichael in the movie Sweet Home Alabama. What Cruel Intentions star played Melanie Carmichael in the movie Sweet Home Alabama? Go. I didn't see the movie, actually. I'm going to go ahead and guess that she ends up getting back with her ex-husband. Because true love is always back home. The answer is Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon. Ryan Felipe's ex-wife. Okay, number 4. There used to be a time when famous singers grew up poor. And the movie Coal Miner's Daughter is about one of those singers. It's about a country singer who grows up in abject poverty in rural Kentucky. What singer is the biopic Coal Miner's Daughter about? What singer is the biopic Coal Miner's Daughter about? On your mark, get set, go. Great movie. I think it won Best Picture. Tommy Lee plays her evil husband. He ends up okay in the end. Sissy Spacek plays the main role. Who is that country singer? Her dad died of black lung. Loretta Lynn. Loretta Lynn is the singer. I gotta fix my hat, but I don't mind it being crooked. I'm from Fort Wayne. We're all crooked from there. Number 5, the 5-point question, the last question in the final question in song title movies. What 2008 film garnered both stars Academy Award acting nominations? It's also the name of a Bruce Springsteen song. What 2008 film garnered both of the stars, the male star and the female star, Academy Award nominations? It's also the name of a Bruce Springsteen song. Go. All right, quick. Go down to the comments. Tell me, do you like Bruce Springsteen? I'm not sure about him. He portrays himself as a blue-collar hero, while at the same time he has a podcast with Barack Obama. So I'm not sure he's all cracked up to be. Looks good in jeans, though. And the answer is The Wrestler. The Wrestler. Great. Mickey Rourke and Marissa Tomei got those nominations. Neither of them won, and I can't remember who they lost to right now, and it doesn't matter. James, tell them about round 2.
Round 2, Donald Trump, OJ, or Taylor Swift.
Okay, thanks, James. And as he told you, this round is called Donald Trump, O.J. Simpson, Taylor Swift. And here's how it works. I'm going to read you a quote, and you're going to tell me which one of those 3 very famous and successful people who are very driven to accomplish things said the quote. 2 of them monsters and 1 a successful and very likable pop star. So this is going to be a little harder than you think. You tell me who said this quote. DJ, OJ, or Taylor? The 1-point question. I don't understand what I did wrong except live a life that everyone is jealous of. I'll say it again, the 1-point question. I don't understand what I did wrong except live a life everyone is jealous of. This is the 1-point question. Go. All of these people had lives that we could be jealous of, at least at one point. I don't know if I want to be OJ after 1994 or Trump after 1978. Who said it? Who thinks everyone is jealous of them? The answer is O.J. Simpson. Great football player. Pretty good actor. I don't remember anything else he did. All right, number 2, the 2-point question. And Trump, O.J. Taylor. Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? And go. Probably at the BMV. Who said it? Do you really want to know where I was April 29th? All 3 sociopaths, one, the good version, used it for good to become successful. The other 2, arguably not great people. The answer is Taylor. Taylor Swift said that. It's a lyric in her song. For those of you at my live show that argue I can't use song lyrics as quotes, that's idiotic. She literally wrote it down and said it. It's a quote. Number 3, the 3-point question. If God wanted football in the spring, he wouldn't have created baseball. Number 3. If God wanted football in the spring, he wouldn't have created baseball. Which one of those 3 people said that? Trump, O.J., Taylor. Go. They all have some kind of tie to football. One of them played it. One of them owned a team. And one of them is dating a very tall and beautiful man that plays it very well. You guys think he's the greatest tight end of all time? He's up there. And the answer is Donald Trump. So he said that he used to own a team in the 80s in a league that was competing with the NFL called the USFL, and he wanted to move the league. The league played in the spring, and he wanted to move it to the fall, which made the league fail. And I think that's the only business Trump has ever had that has failed miserably. So a real black mark on his history. All right, number 4. Also, shout out to Taylor Swift on her new album, Life of a Showgirl. I'm a little mad. That was going to be the title of my new single. But I guess I'll have to think of something else. All right, number 4, the 4-point question. Taylor, Trump, OJ. I'm not really a risk taker. I shy away from risk. I'm a calculated guy. I'm not really a risk taker. I shy away from risk. I'm a calculated guy. And they're not talking about the board game. They're talking about actual risk. Think. Well, they said guy in there, so we're not a 2 out of 3 chance. Who doesn't like to take risks of these 3? Who is not a risk taker? OJ definitely took a big risk, got away with it. I'm not a risk taker. I'm calculated. The answer is OJ. He could have been a little more calculated, honestly. There's blood all over that glove. All right, number 5, the last question. And Donald Trump, O.J. Simpson, Taylor Swift. Here we go. Watch, listen, and learn. You can't know it all yourself. Anyone who thinks they do is destined for mediocrity. Watch, listen, and learn. You can't know it all yourself. Anyone who thinks they do is destined for mediocrity. Go. None of these people ended up mediocre. Some in good ways, some bad ways. Life of a Showgirl coming to a streaming service near you. This whole section is just a plug for Taylor's new album. Who fears mediocrity the most? The answer is the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. He said that. Yeah, he fears mediocrity. All right, one more round for this episode. James, tell them what they're working with.
Round 3, Presidential Assassinations.
Thanks, James. And we're back with, actually a little bit of history here. This is the first trivia category I ever wrote in 1975. Okay. Presidential assassinations. Here's the 1-point question. Here we go. President Abraham Lincoln was the first president to be murdered on April 14th, 1865. He was shot and killed by John Wilkes Booth, somewhat ironically in Ford's Theater. What was John Wilkes Booth's profession? What was John Wilkes Booth's profession? He was shot ironically in the Ford's Theater. On your mark, get set, go. A little interesting fact is Ulysses S. Grant was supposed to be there, a strong military man that could have protected Lincoln maybe. But his wife hated Lincoln's wife, or the other way around, and that's why he didn't go. So if it wasn't for wives, Abraham Lincoln could still be alive today. Just something to think about. What did Booth do for a living? He was an actor. It's kind of like if today's equivalent would be like if Matthew McConaughey murdered Joe Biden. Okay, number 2. Speaking of Joe Biden, the 2-point question. Joe Biden is our second Catholic president. We have only had 2 presidents in our history that are the correct religion. The first one, John F. Kennedy, was shot and killed in Dallas by a former Marine named Lee Harvey Oswald, officially. Oswald was later shot and killed himself. Who shot Lee Harvey Oswald? JFK was officially shot by Lee Harvey Oswald, who was later shot and killed himself. What is the name of the man who shot Lee Harvey Oswald? Go. He was not a patsy. Or no, wait. He said, I'm a patsy when he got caught. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the JFK assassination. Way more into James Garfield. And just Garfield in general, honestly. Hate Mondays. Who shot the man who officially shot JFK? The answer is Jack Ruby. Jack Ruby. Nothing suspicious there. Nothing to worry about, guys. All right, number 3. In presidential assassinations. 3-point question. James Garfield was shot at a railroad station in Baltimore, Maryland. It took him 79 days to die. A famous Scottish inventor unsuccessfully utilized an early version of the X-ray machine to find bullets in Garfield's body, but it didn't work. Who was that inventor? Who was the Scottish inventor who tried to use an early version of the X-ray machine to find and remove the bullets in James Garfield's body? This is a 3-point question, and go. So part of the reason that X-ray machine didn't work is because he was on they didn't really understand it yet, and he was on top of a bed with a metal frame, so it was just dinging everywhere because it was reading the bed frame or the box spring or whatever below him. So he's dead now. He also would have certainly died if he was shot like 20 years later or whatever, and we had antibiotics. So he was only president for 80 days. So answer is Alexander Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell. Here's the 4-point question in presidential murders. On March 30th, 1981, President Ronald Reagan was shot outside the Washington, D.C. Hilton. Reagan's shooter was released from prison in 2016, and that man is now seeking out a career as a singer-songwriter and visual artist. What is the name of the man who shot Ronald Reagan on March 30th, 1981? 4-point question. Go. He's also a great Twitter follow. Those are his 2 things. Shot Reagan, great Twitter follow. You know he did it to impress Jodie Foster, which is ironic because she's not even attracted to men. So, kind of a big loser in that whole thing, huh? Reagan did survive, unfortunately. And the answer is John Hinckley Jr. John Hinckley. And if you're listening, John Hinckley, and I know you are, please come on my podcast. I want to interview you. I'll only ask you about your music career, all right? I just want to talk about music. Hit me up. I'm going to email you. Here's the final question before the final question of the game. Number 5 in presidential assassinations. On September 6, 1901, William McKinley was the 3rd president to be killed. He was killed in the same city where the movie Bruce Almighty happens. In what city was McKinley murdered? He was killed in the same city that is the setting for the classic Jim Carrey vehicle Bruce Almighty. In what city was McKinley murdered? Go! One of my favorite cities to tour through. Back to that Garfield thing. He got shot in the railroad station. The guy just walked up to him and shot him because there was no Secret Service yet. So you can credit the murder of James Garfield with the invention of the Secret Service. Where did Bruce Almighty happen? You'll never convince me that Morgan Freeman's not God. Buffalo, New York. He was killed in the burg of Buffalo, New York. That was the 5-point question. Here we go. Final question of the night. Set him up, James.
The final question.
Thanks, James. We're back. Final question of episode 3 of the Wrong Trivia Show. Okay, so you know how this works. If you played the last 2 games, if you didn't, go back and watch them. What the hell are you doing with your life? Probably working. So if you've been keeping score the whole time, you can gamble all the points you've accrued, none of the points, or anything in between. If you get this question right, you add the points. If you get this question wrong, subtract the points, or just bet 0 and nothing will happen, much like my music career and any other endeavor I've undertaken. Here's the final question. Put these 3 states in order of when they joined the Union. Put these 3 states in order of when they joined the Union. Kansas, South Dakota, and Oregon. Kansas, South Dakota, and Oregon. That'll piss them off over there in Portland. Kansas, South Dakota, and Oregon. Put them in order of when they joined. Go. Baby back ribs. All right. When did those states join? This one's hard. I would have gotten it wrong if I were you. What was the first, second, and third? The answer is... First it was Oregon, then it was Kansas, and then South Dakota. Oregon, Kansas, South Dakota. All right. I got to go. This Labubu's talking to me and telling me to do illegal things. So, bye.
Okay, that's this week's show. And what a ride that was. Goodbye from me, your narrator, James Anderson, and your host, Nicholas Gerlock. And special thanks to our video team, Drew Birch.